that'll help me tomorrow too. So
Yeah. Good luck, mate.
Thanks, mate.
End of messages.
Good afternoon, listeners. You're listening to Source FM 96.1 FM on your radio and live online at www.thesourcefm.co.uk. Just want to say thanks to Val for a great handover this week.
Thank you, my bird.
Sorry I wasn't here last week.
Well, yeah,
everybody.
we missed you.
Well,
we missed you. You know, I had me bloody blue suede shoes on and everything, and you didn't turn up, mate.
It was a bit boring for me last week. I had nothing to do.
Oh, yeah.
So, but hey, never mind. I'm here this week, so everybody's got
Good.
the pleasure of me this week.
Yahoo!
I shall see you next week, mate.
Keep on rocking, buddy.
I shall. And you. Have a good week. Stay safe.
Thank you, and you, my bird.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Right, so what is the show called? Well, I'm going to leave you with this little man a minute, just to let you know what the the show is called. Here you go.
You're listening to Strictly Come Rockin', play the music party.
Lord, I turned on my radio. What do you think I hear? Digging a bunch of Levi's. Yeah, they got them red hot rockin' blues. Got them red hot rockin' blues. Yeah, all them cats are rockin', popping to the red hot rockin' blues.
Can you hear me in the music okay, please? Thanks, Shane. Afternoon, Bambi.
Mama, Dad, she thinks she's way uptown. I ain't never seen a chick just me went down to get them red hot rockin' blues. Get them red hot rockin' blues. They all them cats around here, popping to the red hot rockin' blues. I'm gonna go down Main Street, Daddy. I'm gonna turn down the hill. Gonna find that Melvin chick. One they call her too. She got them red hot rockin' blues. She got them red hot rockin' blues. Hey, all them chicks are rockin', poppin' to the red hot rockin'
Well, my woman, she was kind of pretty, but my woman, she was also bad. Now she left me early this morning, got the blues pretty bad. Well, she give me the pretty bad blues. Yes, a pretty bad blues. Lord, Lord, got the blues pretty bad. Well, yes, that's pretty bad. Oh, Lord, yeah, pretty bad. You know that pretty bad. Well, yes, that's pretty bad. Lord, Lord, blues are pretty bad. Well, I asked her why she wasn't living. She didn't have no excuse. I said, don't let me love you, baby. She says, oh, what's it here? So listen, you need to put it back. Well, yes, put it back.
What are yours coming up, mate?
Pretty bad. Well, yes, pretty bad. You know that, pretty bad. Well, yes, pretty bad. You know that, pretty bad. Yes, yes, blues are pretty bad. Well, as he's going down the road, he finds a brand new gas.
2 tracks from them this week. From the new album, Justin.
Give me the pretty bad blues. Yes, pretty bad blues. Lord, Lord, the blues are pretty bad. Well, yes, pretty bad. Oh, Lord, pretty bad. You know that, pretty bad. Well, yes, pretty bad. Lord, Lord, the blues are pretty bad. Oh, come on, baby, let's shake, oh, baby, please don't lose it all. It's a ribbon that gets into your heart and soul. And let me tell you, baby, it's all rock and roll. Say it's only time to only be that place, say. Oh, I just don't know what you're going to replace, eh? Oh, well, my ballads and calypso, they got nothing on. The real country music, they just dance along.
Cliff. Who's this? Bet you don't know. I do.
Well, come on, pretty baby, there's a million and clear. Well, it's a shake, oh baby, please don't lose it out. It's a rhythm that gets into your heart and soul. They know the ballad like a so they got nothing on. The real country music, they just dance along. We're gonna do that.
Standing on the front porch, grab punch, sister. Why was I surprised when I saw little sister lights out? Lights out. I'm glad now that the lights are out. Sister knows more about what to do when the lights go out. Mother looked at me, she wasn't peeping through the window. When she looked at me, boy, you thought I was a sinner. Lights out. Lights out. I'm glad now that the lights are out. Sister knows more about what to do when the lights go out. Driving on the front porch, sitting on the swing, I can almost hear those wedding bells ring. Lights out. Lights out. I'm glad now that the lights are out. Sister knows more about what to do when the lights go out. Driving on the front porch, sitting on the swing, I can almost hear those wet bells ring. Lights out. Lights out. I'm glad now.
What's your lights out? You can see me.
Sister knows more about what to do when the lights go out. Now we are mad and we bought a little house with a man on sister, but the lights went out. Lights out. Lights out. I'm glad now that the lights are out. Sister knows more about what to do when the lights go out.
Yeah, that's how we're starting this week's show off, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. That track just then, Lights Out by Jerry Byrne. I think that was recorded in about 57, 58, that track. Just a great track. A lot of bands have done it. And someone who's being played on the show today also done it with one of his first bands, The Sunsets. Yes, I'm talking about Shaky. Shaky and The Sunsets did a great version of that in the day. And before that, it was none other than Move It, but it wasn't by Cliff. That was taken from 1959. The TV show Oh Boy, Jack Good's Oh Boy from 1959. And it was actually, believe it or not, Chris Andrews. Yep, the guy who had fame with Yesterday's Man, the guy who recorded it and wrote Yesterday's Man. But there he was doing a great rocking version of Cliff's Move It. Chris Andrews was on piano there. Don't know who was on drums on that on there at the time, but on bass, on double bass, it was Brian Licorice Locklin, and on guitar, you might not realise this, but on guitar, playing that massive, great break and everything, was none other than Tony Sheridan. Yeah, Tony Sheridan, who recorded an album as Tony Sheridan and the Beat Brothers, meaning i.e. the Beatles. So there you go. That was Chris Andrews and Move It, doing a great. And I've got to say, I know I'm going to be shouted at, and I know a lot of people are going to be shooting me for it, but Cliff did the original, and I know Ian Samwell wrote it in about 2 minutes on a paper bag, and Cliff did the original, but out of Cliff's original and Chris Andrews' version, I prefer Chris Andrews' version. It's just got a little bit more go in it for me. And then before that, it was none other than a rockabilly legend and a great rockabilly track for you rockabilly cats out there. Pretty Bad Blues and Ronnie South. So there you go. That was the second track of today. And coming up for the first track right there at the start of the show, after my grandson's little intro, none other than Red Hot Rockin' Blues by Jesse James. And just wondering if you're wondering who that little boy is at the beginning of the show, if you haven't heard it before, it's actually my 8-year-old grandson, Ethan. He kindly did that for me, so thank you, Ethan. But yeah, I put up last week, out of which of these two tracks would you like to have, or would you like to hear start off the show this week? First up was Ronnie South and Pretty Bad Blues, I put. And then after that, I put Red Hot Rockin' Blues by Jesse James. Had a couple of people say start off with Ronnie South. Had a few people say start off with Jesse James Red Hot Rockin' Blues, and also had a lot of people say start off with both. So that settled it for me. I started them with both, but I've just kept people hanging on till today with that first track. I just love it. Love the anticipation of people thinking, what's he going to play? Who knows? But hey, yeah, we're here to do some rocking, and rocking we are going to do. So there you go. That was 4 great tracks to start the show off. Lights Out by Jerry Byrne, Move It by Chris Andrews, and then Pretty Bad Blues by Ronnie South. Before that, Red Hot Rockin' Blues by Jesse James. And once again, thank you to Ethan for that great little intro he does every week for me. Thank you very much, Ethan. So what are we going to do now? Oh, I think we're going to give you something from the Rockabilly Shakeout album. Fancy a bit of bluegrass hillbilly rockabilly? Well, here's a guy who does it spot on. This is Merle Lindsay and Hey Hey Little Boy Blue.
Little boy blue, come and blow your horn. Sheep's in the middle, and the cows are in the corn. Mama's in the kitchen working all day long. Does she know that you've been gone? Hey, hey, little boy blue, little boy blue, little boy blue. Daddy's in the fields, living all day. Working real hard, trying to earn his pay. Cornbread, bacon, buttermilk, and beans. Oh, that sure tastes good if you know what I mean. Hey, hey, little boy blue, little boy blue, little boy blue. Oh, yeah, little boy blue, are you asleep? Are you in a haystack shooting for a peep? Hey, hey, baby, now don't you weep. You done made the same with a me. Hey, hey, little boy blue, little boy blue.
Come on, baby, give me a chance. Let's go to the side and dance. We start now, we won't be late.
Who's this?
Start to plan about it. What do you mean you're going to bed? Come to dance with me instead. Go upstairs, put your red rags on. Join me, hon, and let's have some fun. Jump into my hot rod car, fly away your friend. Then we'll drive, we come alive. really do the time. What do you mean you're going to bed? Come to the dance with me instead. Go on steady, put your back legs on and join me, honey. Let's have some fun.
Do that in a minute. Hey, you don't know who this is. I do. Hey, you do.
Jump into my hot rod car, drive away around. Then we'll drive, we come alive, leave it to the time. Come on, baby, give me a chance. Let's go to the Saturday dance. Freestyle now, we won't be late. Cause the dance don't stop till then about 8.
I've got that like this morning when I fight you better run out me, son of a gun. I got that in middle of town and finish shoot there, the best man down on me, son of a gun. My skin is hard and sad around the stuff is every man. When I have to shame myself by using no tin can. Oh, I'm not facing bone away, can't stop myself when you're gonna stop on me, son of a gun. I'm a mean son of a gun. Well, I play down side of your car, drink only glass, smoke.
Who's this?
Me, son of a gun. Trust in it, but I'll never keep on safety myself on me, son of a gun. I started feeling fisky at a dance the other night. But felt so good, I took my gun and shut out every light. And I just scared I'd down all maybe 6 feet underground. I'm me, son of a gun. I'm a mean son of a gun.
Brilliant band.
But my fellows disappear that some man is now there. I'm me, son of a gun. Chop my hair on to be plucked in when I step out the 9 o'clock. I'm me, son of a gun. I strangle through the wildcat just to prove that I've been stout. I reach down the phone and grab his head and turn him inside out. Well, I'm brought up solo to bird, believe that's about me, son of a gun. I'm a mean son of a gun.
Get your face all pretty and your hair done right, 'cause we gonna do the town tonight. I'm coming into town and I'm right on time. Still got your loving on my mind. I'm coming home. I gotta make some love. I'm coming home. Sweet turtle dove. I'm coming home to make sweet love to you. Well, I see down the road there's a big truck stop. They got a pretty little waitress with a carrot top. She's pretty as a doll, pretty as can be. But don't you worry, honey, she ain't nothing to me. I'm coming home. I gotta make some love. I'm coming home. Sweet turtle dove. I'm coming home to make sweet love to you. Well, I came to a hill and the truck looked down, throwed it low and she's hugging the ground. Scratching gears, but I'm gone again. I'm coming home, baby, I'm a dogging it in. I'm a coming home. I gotta make some love, I'm a coming home. Sweet turtle dove, I'm a coming home. To make sweet love to you. Get your face all pretty and your hair done right, 'cause we gonna do this town tonight. I'm coming into town and I'm right on time. Still got your loving on my mind. I'm a-coming home. I gotta make some love. I'm a-coming home. Sweet turtle dove. I'm a-coming home to make sweet love to you.
Well, there you go. Johnny Horton and I'm Coming Home from 1957, that track. And then before that, you might have heard Johnny Horton's Mean Son of a Gun. And that was by a great, great little three-piece band. A brother and two sisters, actually. They're a brother and sisters band. There's a lot of people out on the rockin' scene who know them, but just for the listeners that don't, they are called Kitty, Daisy and Lewis, doing a great, great version of Johnny Horton's Mean Son of a Gun. So I thought, well, I was putting that on, I might as well just bung in a great little Johnny Horton track. And what better track can you play by Johnny Horton? Great bit of rockabilly there in I'm Coming Home. And then before that, Mean Son of a Gun, you heard a track called Saturday Dance. Now, stand back, sit down, whatever you want to do, because this might shock some of you, but then some of you it might not. Saturday Dance, any ideas? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. It was none other than The Shadows, doing a one-off vocal track, just The Shadows, no Cliff, just the guys in the studio doing a great vocal track called Saturday Dance. And there is another track they do also, which I might bring in the next couple of weeks by The Shads, where they are singing. And then just before that, Merle Lindsay, taken from the Rockabilly Shakeout album, Hey, Hey, Little Boy Blue. So, well, while we're here, listeners, just want to say hi to the Strictly Come Rockin' posse there on Facebook, which is Justin Bishop, sorry mate, sorry, it's gone a little bit out of my view now. Justin Bishop, so there you go, Justin. I have actually, listeners, I'm glad Justin's there because he reminds me I have two tracks from the brand new Me and the Devil track album, Back Scratching, coming up soon, so listen up for that. Stephen Sampson's joined. Hi Stephen, good to see you there mate. Jane and Bernie McBride's joined. Mike Ramsey, hiya Mike. I am going to be playing one of your tracks in a minute from the Cool Cats, off your title track of your CD. Ian Haslam, Michelle Curran, Bambi Doo, Dawn Charlton, Sally Fry, Ray Dole, Jane and Bernie McBride, I said, didn't I? Yep, they put cracking tune. I think that was the Ronnie South tune. Chris Whiting's joined. Mr. Buddy DiGiorgio's joined. He's a regular to this bit now, as you know, listeners. Good to see you there, buddy, mate. Yeah, Jez Buckley's joined. Sorry, John Davenport's joined. Ian Alton put, hi matey, long time no see, great to catch up, keep on rocking till the end, good buddy, all the best to you. I always will be, Ian mate, always will. Hi to Mike Peel, he's joining there. See Mike, I have mentioned you this week. He says with a smile. Spelling name wrong, oops, Tony. That's right, don't worry about it mate. A lot of people get my name wrong because I'm wrong anyway, so hey, we're all in the same boat nowadays, aren't we? And if I sound like I'm stuttering or whatever or struggling here, it's because I took a fall last week and I'm still in a bit of pain. So, yeah, that's Dawn. Hi to Pat. No, hi to Curtis Letcham. JC Warren, Martin Knowles, Paul Ann Richards. Look out for trouble today. Paul is here. Amy Forsblom Grant. God, I think I got that right, Amy. The lovely Nikki Fuller's joined. Nice to see you there, Nikki. I'm here, Tony. Hello, Mark's back at work now. Yeah, I know Mark is. Hi, Paula. It's nice to see you. And I hope Mark's listening on the radio there because he should be. You know what he's like. These van drivers and lorry drivers, they all listen to the radio, don't they? And Martin's joined. Trevor Hodges joined. Hi to you too. Kev Russell. Hiya, mate. Billy Atkinson. Hiya, mate. My good mate, Norm Elliott. Hiya, Norm. Good to see him there. Irene Bosworth's there. Not good to see you. Robert George Payne. Afternoon to you too, mate. Wave at the cam, me. Okay. There you go, mate. Is that all right, Robert? Cheers, mate. Fred Richards has joined. Good to see Fred there. Great t-shirt again, Tony. Well, yes, Justin, I'm playing a couple of tracks from the new album, so I thought, just to make it a little bit special, I will bring in my Me and the Devil t-shirt this week. So there you go. Leslie Sullivan's joined. Mike Pilpert, keep on rocking, mate. Get your pen and papers together because I'm going to play 4 more tracks and I'm going to give you some big dates. So, Mary Fudge has joined. Mike Pilpert, keep rocking, mate. Always am, mate. So, right, that's that lot done. So, let's get back to some music. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to go now because I'm going out gigging with these cats, cool cats, and gigging.
Cruising down the highway on this long and lonely road. Nothing but trees and pavement staring back at me. Well, I don't mind and I can't fuss, 'cause that's the life I lead. Kicking up and down the country's the one for me. You pull up to the venue round about 5:30. We got to unload the van and look alive. Well, I don't mind and I can't fuss, 'cause that's the life I lead. Playing 50s rock and roll is the one for me. At 9 o'clock the show begins.
Take it, cat!
Dancing shoes on.
Hi, Rhoda, mate. Steve, mate. Stuart, mate. Sorry, mate. I'll get them in the head, hopefully. I wasn't here last week, so settle down. Hiya, Steve, mate. Good to see you there. See you next week. Hi to UK.
I don't mind and I can't fuss, 'cause that's the life I lead. Kicking up and down the country's the one for me. The one for me.
Forgot the vodka. Order.
At 9 o'clock the show begins. So get your dancing shoes on, and everybody jiving around the floor. Come on, little baby, let's dance some more. We're almost nearly finished. I'm sorry, but we have to go. There's just enough time to finish the rest of the song. Well, I don't mind and I can't fuss, 'cause that's the life I lead. Kicking up and down the country's the one for me. Kicking up and down the country's the one for me.
Brilliant little track. Good band. Should be at Westwood Oak.
We are no more, my baby. I'm a coming back to you. We are no more, my baby. Your lonely days are through. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, wait. Those teardrops, 'cause I've been lonely too. Well, no more, my baby. I'm a coming home to you. Dry those big brown eyes, my baby. I've been gone too long. Oh, this time I don't mean maybe. I know I've done you wrong. Yeah, we no more, my baby. Your lovely days are through.
Do the Beatles. Ooh.
We no more, my baby. I'm a coming home to you. Come on and smile for me, my baby. Your tears are making me so sad. home to you. We number my baby, your lonely days are through, and I'm a coming home to you. Yeah, I'm a coming home to you. I said I was a coming.
Make know your mind. My true love until the end of time. Make me feel she can't ignore. It is this sweeter than the before. Baby, know your mind. Let me till the teardrop burn my eyes. As long as I'm the treasure you prize. Break my heart, I'll come back for more. Ain't no one else these arms were before. Oh, baby, take me home. Know you're mine. Oh, baby, take me home. Know you're mine. Oh, baby, take me. Know you're mine. You get it at the gas pump, you get it at the store, you get it on the phone, I don't want it anymore. They're ripping you off at every turn. They're ripping you off at every turn. You better read this small print, they're ripping you off at every turn. You get it at the bank when you're walking through the door. There won't be happy man until you're crawling on the floor. They're ripping you off at every turn. It's shaky. They're ripping you off at every turn. You better read the small print, they're ripping you off at every turn. Well, if you don't get nothing, you don't get nothing for free. Just open your eyes, but I love it. Don't have to listen to me. You gotta pay the tax man and pay the parking fee, or else you get the claim. There ain't nothing left for free. They're ripping you off at every turn. They're ripping you off at every turn. You better read the small print. They're ripping you off at every turn. Kids in the schoolyard, you see them on the bus. They're gonna get ripped off now, just like all of us. They're ripping you off at every turn. They're ripping you off at every turn. You better read the small print. They're ripping you off at every turn. They're ripping you off at every turn. They're ripping you off at every turn. You better read the small print. They're ripping you off at every turn. They're ripping you off at every turn. They're ripping you off at every turn. You better read the small print. They're ripping you off at every turn.
Oh! I bet you're all thinking that was shaky, wouldn't you? It wasn't actually. It was my good mate Rebel Dean taken off the Rebellion album, and they're ripping you off at every turn. Playing that because in a minute I've got a song. As everybody knows, it was Shaky's birthday on Sunday just gone. He turned 70, so I'm playing you some Shaky tracks. But before you go to touch that dial, don't even think about it, because it's not Hot Dog, it's not Marie Marie. It's not This Old House. It's not Cry Just a Little Bit. It's not It's Raining. It's none of them. What I'm playing today by Shaky is all the early stuff. A lot of stuff he did with the Sunsets. So if you're going to remember the guy on his birthday on his 17th, I bet he'd be glad of me now. On his 70th birthday, you got to play the early stuff, I think, because I think a lot of people will get a little bit tired of hearing all the chart stuff. So I've got I've got a couple of great early Shaky tracks coming up in just a minute. But I just want to say hi to a few more people. Stuart Rowland, Kay Pickering, Crick Mars joined, Steve Olbrooks joined. Hiya, Steve, mate. Yeah, sure will see me next week, mate. Looking forward to a great weekend with yourself and everybody else. And looking forward to going to get some new CDs. And can I just remind you, you need to put the new Caravans album in, Steve. For me, I want a copy. Excellent. Get it in now, listeners. That's what I say. My good mate Robin Wilson's there. He's joined. So, yeah. Stuart Rowland's put Bedlam breakout photos. Oh, there must be some Bedlam breakout photos there. Mary Fudge has put, hi, Tony, never stop rocking. Never do that, Mary, or all the time I'm living. Stephen Burrows has joined, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Mr. Steve Burrows, my good mate Steve Burrows. He's joined the live feed there. So he's another one of those Strictly Come Rockin' posse, along with Frantic Fraser Spence, Tanya Roffey, Rockabilly Jarl is that. Yeah, and Tanya, I won't be moaning next week about my shoulders. What do you mean, moaning mini? She put moaning mini, because I put on yesterday, listeners, that I'm still a bit sore from last Thursday. And Tanya commented, but don't go moaning about it next week. And I said, I won't. Only when I see her. Best ever psychobilly gig in the UK. Give it a plug, mate. Oh, I shall, mate. No, I'll have to get the details up, but I'll get it for next week for definite, mate. I don't think that's too late, is it? Ross Stevenson's joined. Yeah, George Payne's joined. So that's about it. Right, so if you've got your pad and papers ready, listeners, I shall give you some all-important gig dates. First up, don't forget our very own where is it? Our very own Park Life. Yep, Source FM's Park Life on Sunday afternoon, April the 29th April the 29th this year, held in Kimberley Park in our very own Falmouth every month. Family friendly, free entertainment, and that's all Source FM's outdoor music and spoken word festival. So if you're not doing anything for that day, come along and have a great time. I went there last year for a little bit, and yeah, I really enjoyed myself. So there you go. That's the 29th of April and at Kimberley Park. And bear in mind, it is an alcohol-free zone event. There is no alcohol to be taken in whatsoever into the park, because obviously it's a family thing as well. So just remember that when you do go, listeners. One I forgot to mention last week, which I do apologise to my good mate Keith Nix, and also to Martin Whitehouse and Buddy DiGiorgio, who asked me to give this a plug. The Eddie Falcon Memorial Charity Rock and Roll Day on behalf of Rowcroft Hospice. The venue is Agaton Social Club, Agaton Fort Road, Plymouth, PL5 2QZ. Tickets are £10 per person. I'll tell you exactly who and how you can get hold of them in a minute. The date is Sunday, the May the 6th. and it's 12 till 12. Appearing will be Gary C and the Cruisers, Sugar Bullets, the Delatones, Delta 88, Rob D, Steve Brooks, and Claire Louise Bell. DJ Slim Jim, Red Hot, and Rockin Big Bad Wolf, and Rock Ape will all be there DJing. And those on the rocking scene will know who Eddie was. He was one of the most nicest guys you could meet, especially one of the nicest DJs around. You know, I saw Eddie way back in about 2006 up at the Eddie Cochran Memorial Weekend. Eddie was one of the DJs up there, and I'd spoken to him. Just an all-out nice guy. So if you want tickets for that, they are £10 per person, and they are available from Martin on 0797 00 784. That's Martin on 079 70 000 784. Or you can contact Keefe on 01752 793 106 0797 992 9812 for his mobile. So that's Keefe on 01752 793 106, or on his mobile 07979 929 And I do have to look at my laptop here in a minute because I do have a couple of messages with something on, so bear with me, listeners. I will get there a sec. Oops, yeah, it's all going to pot here now, isn't it? That's right. Yeah, I'll get these messages up in a minute, and then I'll let you know what gigs they are. I know one's for the Sugar Bullets, so there you go, buddy. Haven't forgotten this week. Just want to say hi to Ross Stevenson, Donnie Cody, Rowena Sellers joined. Oh, good to see them. And next week's show will be a Westwood Ho show. Yes, as next Friday, a week on Friday, I should be on that long black train to Barnstable, going up to Westwood Ho for the great rock and roll weekender up there. That is always put on by Bill and Linda and the Barnstable Rock and Roll Club, and that is Barnstable Rock and Roll Westwood Ho weekender number 11. Bands playing are the Dead Shots, the Fireballs UK, the Sundowners, the Rat Pack, the Stingrays, Phil Haley and his Comets, the Hicksville Bombers, the Carl Morris Trio, the Rhythm Maces, and Corrupted. And next week I will be bringing in some tracks by the Hicksville Bombers, Carl Morris Trio, and the Rhythm Maces. So, because I got stuff by them, so you know they'll be next week anyway. Yeah, I'm still trying to get this other message up. It's for Play It Cool. Just got to find. I've got it. So that's that one, and that is based on 4 people sharing £70 per person, and that's on the 16th, 17th, and 18th of March next week. And you can contact Brannock's Holiday Centre on 01237 473 263, or you may contact Bill on 0789970 1498. Yeah, I think I've done that one. Oh, that's July, so that can go. A minute. Nope, done that one. Oh yes, last week the week before last, I announced the Roadhouse Roosters. Unfortunately, that got cancelled on Saturday. Mark asked me to get the word around. I know it's a little bit late now to tell people know, but Mark has been chatting to the band, and they are going to set another date for that. So don't worry if you think you've missed them. We haven't missed them yet. Yeah, 31st Saturday, 31st of March. You can go to Western Supermare for the Southwest Ted's R&R Marathon all day on number 2. Saturday, the 31st of March, 2018. Legends Nightclub, 11 to 13 Beach Road, Western Supermare, BS 231AX for your sat-navs. And you can see the Meerkats, the Red Hot Trio, Carl Morris Trio, and Play It Cool. And also legendary recording artist Mr. Vince Eager will be there. He will be giving talks about his days performing on the road with the likes of Eddie Cochran, Gene Vincent, and many more, accompanied by photos and films. Advance tickets are £10, £11 via PayPal. Don't forget to add on that extra pound for PayPal. And you can get them at www.paypal.me/Rock8 events, or £15 on the day. Or you can go for further info. You can ring Trev on 07727 689 333. That's Trev on 07727 689 333. Or go to Rock8 events at yahoo.com. Stalls will include Western Star Records plus others, food available, in-house restaurant and reasonable prices. There you go. I think a few of them are just a couple of months away now. So there is one I do want to give out. 1st and 2nd of June this year, the second Rockin Roundup. Tickets are available and you can get them via the website, which is www.rockinroundup.co.uk. And the lineup of the bands for that weekend are Bob and the Bearcats, the Dole Brothers, the Red Hot Rockets, Delta 88, those three lovely people, I do love them, LP and his Dirty White Bucks, the Drugstore Cowboys, the Net Morgan and the Blackwater Valley Boys, and the Shooting Stars. So right, that's all for that lot there a minute. Let me just come over here to the other two. I got asked, can I plug? Yeah, here we go. This is a band that's been featured on the show before. Rock and Roll Show, the Bullets plus support, play it cool. And you can see them Friday the 13th of April at the Heavy Transport Club in Parmoor, up in Par there, up St. Austell. And it's a 7 p.m. start. It's £10 a ticket. And they are available from, let me get closer, Alison. You can call Alison on 01726. I'll tell you what, I'll give that a little bit later, the date. But you've got the dates, and I'll try and get that printed up so we can see it a bit better. Sorry about Alison, hope that was all right for you, but I have printed it, or I have plugged it for you. Also to tell you, Rockin in St. Blasey is on Saturday, 10th of March. You can see Rockin in St. Blasey. You can see those three crazy guys and all that nice guys, Cool Cats, the Sugar Bullets, and they will be playing at St. Blasey, and that is the Four Lads St. Blasey. So if you want to go, and that's at 8:30. So if you're not doing nothing Saturday night and you want a good night out, go to St. Blasey, the Four Lords there, and see the Sugar Bullets. I hope that was all right for you, buddy, mate. And I hope that was all right for you, Alison. I will get your details as soon as I get back home. Never mind. Yeah, no, that's fine. And so let's get back to some music, shall we? Let's cut all this babbling, talk and everything. So let's get back to some music. And what am I going to give you now? Oh, yeah, as promised, I'm going to give you a bit of Shaky, but this is very early Shaky. This is from the album Tiger, and I've got another track from... Oh, no, hang on. Forgot to tell you. Those last four tracks They're Ripping You Off, Every Turn, Rebel Dean, from the Rebellion album. And then Make Me Know You're Mine by Harold Jenkins. Who's that, you said? Conway Twitty. Yep, it was Conway Twitty and Make Me Know You're Mine, and that's off the Rock and Roll Years Disc 1. And before that, I got asked for that track by Brenda Lee, Weep No More My Baby. And that was for the Claire Louise Bell. It was her birthday last week, and she asked me if I could play that for her this week. So Claire, if you're listening now on the live feed or anything, that was just for you. Brenda Lee and Weep No More My Baby, and that's off the Little Miss Dynamite Volume 2 CD. And then before that, none other than a great little band, the Cool Cats, taken from their album Gigging, and that was the title of the album, Gigging. So there you go. So I'm going to give you some more now. I'm going to give you some more music. I'm going to cut my yap because you don't want to hear me. So this is Shaky. And I know I played Rebel Dean's They're Ripping You Off, but I was hoping to play this straight after, but I didn't. So this is Shaky and Don't Rip Me Off. What can I do?
Oh, I've got a girl in red. I'm gonna love her till the day I'm dead. When it comes to loving, she's hotter than a oven. Oh, I've got a girl in red. I'm popping Billy's bird and I'll be shot. Had to keep her running till the day I die. Hot in the country, hotter in the town. Gotta keep moving, it can't be down. Yeah, I've got a girl that thinks it all worthwhile. When the priest get a room, we'll fall in her style. She just don't care, takes me as I am. The others are scared, she don't give a damn. I'm talking Billy Bird and I've been shot. Have to keep running till the day I die. Hot in the country, hotter in the town. Gotta keep moving till it can't be down.
Nicky Fuller, for you, the next one.
I've got a girl in red. I'm gonna love her till the day I'm dead. When it comes to loving, she's hotter than a oven. Oh, I've got a girl in red. That's what I said.
You got roots, earth, black dust, and mojo. Don't let them sprinkle that stuff around your door.
Take heed, all you cats that don't believe. I've got groovy dust up my sleeve. I control your blues from your head to your toe. Sprinkle that stuff all around your
You
door.
got roots, earth, black dust, and mojo. Don't let them sprinkle that stuff around your door.
If your girl's done something to make you weak, I've got something to make me talk in the sleep. I've got something that will kill your sorrows. I'll make you hit the number,
Cass is not in, so
She's not.
no, I don't know if there's an older show that needs to go on.
I don't know.
Don't laugh at me. When it's
No
time,
worries.
I
Yeah?
bet you one thing you won't read on the wall. Sprinkle that stuff all around your door.
That's what baby beats him. He's a loving man.
Well, I like bread and butter. I like toast and jam. That's what baby feeds me. I'm a loving man.
He likes bread and butter. He likes toast and jam. That's what baby feeds him. He's a loving man.
Well, she don't cook mashed potatoes. She don't cook the oysters. She don't bring me peanut butter. She knows that I.
Paula Ann Richards. Tell Mark it's his friend.
He likes toast and jam. That's what baby feeds him. He's a loving man.
Well, I got home early one Monday. Mutton pies and fries. She wanna eat chicken and something with some other guy.
No more bread and butter. No more toast and jam. Found his baby eating with some other man.
No more bread and butter. No more toast and jam. I found my baby eating with some other man.
I'll get fucking killed.
No more toast and jam. No more bread and butter.
I know it's not really rock and roll, but that is for a friend of mine. Not mentioning no names, but there was something put up on Facebook the other day about shops running out of bread, and I put, like to send you up a loaf. You know, that's all I said. And her husband, the guy I'm on about, he actually commented, I forget what he put, but I'm not mentioning no names, but that was for him. He knows who he is, don't you, Mark Glanville? Oh, sorry, no names. That's my mate, Mark. We had a good laugh about that. Yeah, that one just then. The New Beats and Bread and Butter, that I think that was recorded in about 63, 64. And that was my good mate, Mark. Only joking, Mark. Hope you're feeling better, mate. Nice to see you back at work anyway. And then before that, band I got introduced to by the lovely Nicky Fuller, a little band called Nick Curran and the Nightlives, and a track entitled Dr. Velvet. I don't know much about them, but Nicky mentioned them to me a while ago, and then the other week she sent me a message with them in it. Now I'm glad she did, because it reminded me of their name. So that was Nick Curran and the Night Flights and Dr. Velvet. And then those two early Shakin' Stevens and the Sunsets tracks, both taken from the album Tiger. Girl in Red, always like that by Shaky. It's got that sort of raw rockabilly sound, but that's just me, I know. And then before that, a great little track entitled Don't Rip Me Off by Shakin' Stevens and the Sunsets. So just to make my good mate, just want to say hi to Chrissy Royal, Steve Martin, Sharon Courtney, Sandra Burridge, all join the live Facebook feed. See the Strictly Come Rockin' posse on there now, listeners. I tell you, they're all getting up with it. Donna Noonan's there. Dave Sellers joined. Nicky Fuller's put brilliant. Yeah, brilliant, Tony. Yeah, I think she knows what I meant by that. Teresa Caspel's joined. Donna Noonan's joined. I said, didn't I? Yeah. So nice to see you there, Donna. Yep, done them. Let's have a look else what we got here. Gab Deneen, Simon Moon. Hi, Simon, mate. Good to see you. Quenny's just put, what you giggling about now, mate? It was that track, Bread and Butter, for Mark, buddy. It was a bit of fun the other day. You know what I mean? You saw it on Facebook. So yeah, I'm going to get you back to some music because it's just gone 1 o'clock here now. So I'm going to redeem myself by playing an artist that Mark likes. So although I had a bit of fun with him just now with Bread and Butter, Mark, this one's for you, mate. I know you're going to like this. This is Glen and Would Ya. Hi to Martin Richards, who's just joined. As I said, this is Glen and Would Ya. Enjoy.
Would you like to dance with me? I'm just happy and carefree. We'll have fun, I'll guarantee. Oh, honey, baby, would you? Would you let me hold you near? Would you let me call you dear? Let me whisper in your ear. Honey, baby, would you?
Always, Martin, mate, always.
You sure look neat and you sure are sweet. Let me tell you how I feel. I like your walk and I love your talk. I can't believe that you're a real boy. Don't tell me you've never been kissed. I got a huge sister could be missed. Your loving charms I can't resist. Oh, honey, baby, would you? Would you like to go for a ride? Set it right close by my side. Be find somewhere beneath the moon. We won't do nothing but spoon, boy. Would you let me take you home? We can be back all alone. There's something I've got on my mind. Well, honey, baby, would you?
Would you?
Well, come on, baby, let me you rock. Come on, baby, let me you roll. Let it rock, 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 rock the night. Let it rock, rock, rock the light. Let it rock, 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 rock and roll tonight. You love me, I love you. Come on, baby, make love to me. Let it rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. Let it rock, 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 rock and roll tonight. Well, let's dig it now. Well, you love me, I love you. Come on, baby, make a love to me. Let it rock, 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 rock the night. Let it roll, 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 roll the night. Let it rock, 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 rock and roll tonight. Well, here she comes, walking down the street. Opposite and everybody she meets. We're gonna rock, 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 rock the night. We're gonna roll, 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 roll the night. We're gonna rock, rock, rock and roll tonight. Oh, yeah, yeah.
We got radar love.
I've been driving all night, my head wet on the wheel. There's a voice in my head that drives my heels. As my baby calls and you need you here. It's a half past 4 and I'm shifting gears. When she gets lonely and alone, gets too much. She says the cable's calling in from above. We don't need to pull it out. We got this thing that's called real love. We got this wave in the air. Real love. Real love. Song, release just coming on strong. And the road has got me head for time, and it's bleeding into a new sunrise.
called Red Hot Love. We got this way in the air. Red Hot Love.
All right.
Oh, well, my woman, she was kind of pretty.
What you do when the sun goes down and the moon comes out? I know the little to join, I can't stand talking about. Rather the word, rockin' bullet, I gonna play it. Drink the merchant, it's on his head, but strange. She don't wanna sleep when it starts flying. Well, she's got wheels, we cruise on out, and if that means all night, well, alright, all night. Ain't a bird, you can hang out the double bar. Yeah, it's great when the girls come out and call. Oh, yes, baby, I ain't ready. I like to see you because she's nice and steady, but Jane, she's a knockout, a hopping in a bobby socks. Hey, I got to be with all right to see through here I'm supposed to be. But alright, all night. Well, I think I'll slip out through the bar and drown myself in a little spoil. Now I feel fine, we're drinking wine, we have that stuff all the time. Now let's let it slip, don't get off time. Just walk on in. Look out, near the red hot spot, the water swing up there. The man was playing his feet. But I just wanna get out of here first time gone. Well, if again, I'm thinking again, I'd be better up with you. Alright, all night. Alright, that's what she said all night. She don't need no man all night. That's what I said all night. Hey boy, don't sleep with the girl in lies. She think, hey, they just ain't the word. Well, I think I'll ask her to do the bar. Yeah. We can have ourselves yet another spoiled. Yes, she's real fine, but she ain't mine. Says she drinks that all the time. So what's just the blues, the only one I stand. Oh, if the love be alright, that's what she said all night. She don't need no man, alright. That's what I said all night. She don't need no man, alright. Alright, all night.
There you go. Two great bands from the 80s there. That one just then, All Right, by the Shaking Pyramids, and that's taken off the Skin 'em Up album. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who remember that band and will say, I haven't heard that for a while, but that was All Right, by the Shaking Pyramids. And then before that, another great band, one of the true great rockabilly bands of the 80s, has to be none other than Restless, and doing a great version of Golden Earrings mid-60s track, Radar Love. So there you go. That was the Restless and Radar Love before the Shaking Pyramids. And before the Restless, it was a great bit of raw rockabilly and a track entitled Rock and Roll All Night by Hazel Atkins off the Chicken Walk album. Hazel Atkins was, in my opinion, I suppose he's one of the first rocking one-man bands. He played every instrument on his tracks, and he even wrote the tracks and all. So there you go. And then before Hazel Atkins, it was Glenn and Would Ya? And that's off the Rockabilly Legend. And as I said, that was for my good mate Mark Glanville, who's back in work after his little accident. So there you go, Mark. I do hope I've redeemed myself after taking the mickey, mate. Only joking, you know what I'm like, mate. Just want to say hi to Rosemary Hill and Anne-Marie Knott. Join the live feed there now, so everything's hunky-dory there. So what am I going to give you now? I'm going to give you a bit of modern neo-rockabilly. This is a little track called Mr. Saint, and this is by a great band that I played on the show before, a couple of tracks off their Holywell Dean album. Yeah, I think you know what I mean. This is St. Dom and the Sinfuls, and a great track entitled Mr. Saint. Enjoy.
I've gotta watch what I am doing, cause the sinful message inside of me is brewing. Don't wanna go, I don't wanna be in the dark, cause the way I feel I might go one step too far. Oh, Mr. Saint, you are a good quaint. I don't know where I'm gonna run to. Oh, Mr. Saint. Early morning, I fall out of bed. Sometimes I don't know what I've done or said. Don't want to speak, afraid of what I hear. That I've done bloodshed, I've caused rain and tears. Oh, Mr. Saint, you are the quaint. Don't know where I'm gonna run to. Oh, Mr. Saint. Hey! I am on the ground. Don't stand about me or you're going down. All I asked was for some sanity. With no answers, no one came to me. Oh, Mr. Saint, you I can't wait. Don't know where I'm gonna learn to. Oh, Mr. Saint.
Boom, boom, out go the lights.
No kidding, I'm ready to fight. I've been looking for my baby all night. If I get her in my sight, boom, boom, how goes the light? Thought I'd treat my baby fair. Now she's getting all in my hair. If I get her in my sight, boom, boom, how goes the light?
bunch of fingers.
No kidding, ready to go. When I find a boy, don't you know? If I get her in my sight, ooh, ooh, how go the lights?
Whoa, man!
Never been so mad before. Till I found out she ain't mine no more. If I get her in my sight, ooh, ooh, how go the lights?
Justin, mate, for you.
You work it found the boss, well, nothing long. It's time to go home. He said, you gotta work on. He said, money or love. Money or love. Money or love. Money or love. I'm pretty damn sure already me you're thinking of. I bought you a house, a diamond ring. All that stuff don't mean a thing. Is that a money or love? Money or love. A money or love. Money or love. I'm pretty damn sure already me you're thinking of. Money and friends, once I had. Oh, went away when things went bad. It said, money or love. Money or love. Money or love. Money or love. I'm pretty damn sure already me I'm thinking of. You take whatever you can get your hands on. Don't you know what's right, or if it's wrong? Don't you know what's right, or if it's wrong? You're right by the fortune, so where's the dying man? I know you're gonna leave me, start a dirty plan. It's the money or love. Money or love. Money or love. Money or love. I'm pretty damn sure already me I'm thinking of. If I'd a mansion up on a hill, if I'd a shack, would I still give you the thrill? It's the money or love. Money or love. A money or love. Money or love. I'm pretty
I'll take the money.
already me I'm thinking of.
pretty damn sure it ain't me you're thinking of. I'm pretty damn sure it ain't me you're thinking of.
So why don't you come go with me?
Baby, can't you see our baby darling? So come go with me. Come into my heart, our baby darling. You'll never part, our baby darling. So come go with me. Every time I need you, yes, I really need you. Please say you'll never leave me. Never say you'll never, yes, you really never.
You never gave me a chance.
Come into my heart, our baby darling. You'll never part, our baby darling. You can go with me. Yes, I really love you. Please say you never leave me. Never say you never, yes, you really never.
You never give me a chance.
Come into my heart, our baby darling. You'll never part, our baby darling. You can go with me. Down, baby, down, 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 down. Down, baby, down, 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 down. Down, baby, down, 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 down. Down, baby, down. Wow, 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 wow.
How about that? I bet you was thinking that was the Dow Vikings and Come Go With Me. You would be right. It is the Dow Vikings track, Come Go With Me. But and I've got to say, that's my all-time favorite Dow Vikings track, Come Go With Me. But that wasn't them. That wasn't the Dow Vikings. That actually, believe it or not, that was the Liverpool-based band, The Chants, doing a great version of that in 1962, I think they did that. And I played that track this week. Basically, I could have picked their One Star or some others, but I did pick that one. Because I want to play that in memory of Eddie Moo. Yeah, Eddie Moos, who sadly passed away last week. Eddie was one of the Chants, and you might not recognize him from that, but he went on to join his brother's band that his brother formed. You might know as The Real Thing. Yeah, that's one of those guys from The Real Thing there, Eddie Moos. Sadly passed away last week. Did a great version with his band, The Chants, of Dow Vikings, Come Go With Me. And then before that, a track from the brand new CD from Me and the Devil, Back Scratching, and Money or Love. And I think that's Morgan doing the vocals. It certainly sounded like Morgan doing a great job on vocals. But then Morgan's got great vocals, let's face it. He's great harmonica player, and he's got great vocals. And that track was written by Morgan. So I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but Justin might correct me on this, but I'm not sure. I think that could be the first time that any track off their new CD has been played on air. So this could be a first for my show, for you and for me and for everybody else. I hope you enjoyed that. Me and the Devil from the Back Scratching CD, Money or Love. Got another one coming up in a minute. I'm going to try and get that in. So I'm going to be jumping a lot of tracks today. But I'll try and get them in next week for you listeners. And then before that, it was none other than legendary rock and blues artist and harmonica player, Little Walter, and Boom Boom Out Go the Lights, and that's taken from the Essential Little Walter Disc 2. And then before that, a great modern day neo rockabilly band, my good mate Peter Turner there, and Saint Dom and the Sinful, and that was Mr. Saint taken off of their Hollywell Dean CD. Just want to say hi to a few more people before I get back on, Mike Parnell, Phil Rodder, Juliet Mansfield, Noel Deegan, Keith Phoenix, hiya mate, hiya Sarah J West, she's joined, and Justin's put, it is mate, thanks, you're welcome mate. I thought it was Morgan doing the vocals on that, and great vocals he does have. So I'm going to keep on with some music now. So I don't know about you listeners, but do you ever get the feeling you're, whenever you're ready? This guy does.
Well, I think we ought to go steady. Whenever you're ready, let's fall in love. Well, I believe your lips were meant for me to kiss on a cozy night like this. Let's fall in love. Well, don't that moon girl shining bright in the sky. Well, you know darn well I love you, baby. I love you, baby, and I don't mean maybe. I think we ought to see the preacher tonight. Let's do this thing upright. Let's fall in love.
Who's this? Bet you don't know. I do. Look, ready? Oh, little hearts, look. Somebody loves me.
Well, I believe your lips were meant for me to kiss on a cozy night like this. Let's fall in love. Oh, baby, I believe your lips were meant for mine. Honey, baby, just a handy old time. Let's fall in love. Well, we'll build a cottage just for two. Honey, baby, just for me and you. We'll raise a family, a boy for you and a girl for me. I think we ought to see the preacher tonight. Let's do this thing upright. Let's fall in love.
Why not? Why not, my babe?
My baby don't stand no cheating, my baby. Oh no, she don't stand no cheating, my baby. Oh no, she don't stand no cheating. Don't you run about midnight with him, my baby. True little lady, my baby. I know she loves me, my baby. Oh yeah, I know she loves me, my baby. Oh yeah, I know she loves me, my kiss and hug me, my baby. True little lady, my baby.
Buddy, mate, get smart.
Stand no cheating, my baby. Oh no, she'll stand no cheating, my baby. Oh no, she'll stand no cheating. She's so pleasing, my baby. Really, my baby. My baby, don't stand no cheating, my baby. Oh no, she'll stand no cheating, my baby. Oh no, she don't stand no fooling when she's out there ain't no fooling, my baby. True little lady, my baby. My baby. True little lady, my baby. My baby. True little lady, my baby. My baby. True little lady, my baby.
Oh, I got the wobble.
And you want to rock, I'll show you how. I want to show you how to do the bomb. Just get that baby and grab your partner.
Now all you do is what you know. Cause the wobble ain't nothing but a shake and roll. Now when you do the wobble, you take your time. Cause there ain't nothing of it you can do a fine. Everybody can do it, why can't you? Just take this beat and you can do. If you can't wobble, get on the floor. Stay here, baby, nobody will know.
Yeah, you're right, buddy. My favourite track. Now you know.
I don't get ready, don't get you. But the old can't do it like the old folks do. The old folks wobble the way it goes. And the old just do it the way they know. When you do the wobble, they call the shooters. Then spin your hot night to the blues.
Any excuse, buddy, mate. I, pal, mate. I, bud, pal, mate. I.
On reservations,
Yeah, and that was the other track for Me and the Devil off their brand new album, Back Scratching. And nice to see Mike Beckett there, my good mate Mike Beckett's joining the live feed there. Hiya, Mike. Shame I can't see you guys Saturday night, but you know I'll be there in spirit, mate. I should be there in the background in spirit, shouting out. Lucinda Steele, good to see you there, Lucinda. Yeah, as I was going to say, my good friend Justin, the drummer for Me and the Devil, he put on the live feed there just now. You heard it here first on Source FM. So there you go. That's the first airplay for Me and the Devil and Back Scratching. Great little track again, written by Morgan. And here we go again. And that was Steve on lead vocals. And I've got to say it, Tony York, the bass player, on that, just fantastic. Just absolutely great. And then before that, from the Mercury label, 1959, Jimmy McCracklin, The Wobble. And as Buddy DiGiorgio said to me, if he's not mistaken, that's the B-side of the track, the single, The Walk. And I think it is, Buddy. I think you're right there, mate. So I'm going to agree with you on that one. But as I said the other day, I asked people to mention about the Jimmy McCracklin track and my all-time favourite Jimmy McCracklin track. And would anybody know? People who really know me and know my musical taste would know my all-time favourite Jimmy McCracklin. I had Rockin' All Day. Buddy did put The Walk on, but no, it's none of them. It's that track right there, The Wobble. I've always liked Jimmy McCracklin's The Wobble, and it came out, I think it's on the Bump and Jive album back in the early 80s, a compilation. But then a lot of them came out like that, you know, in the early 80s, a lot of the old rockin' blues and rocking compilations. So that was Jimmy McCracklin from 1959 and The Wobble. And before that, Get Smart off the Get Smart album from the 80s, and a great little version of Little Walter's My Babe. And then just before that, Whenever You're Ready by none other than Bob Luman. Yep, Bob Luman that was. He was doing a great version of that. Sugar Bullets do that, actually. If you're thinking of Mike there, if you're going to see the Sugar Bullets, ask them to do Whenever You're Ready. They do a great version of that. Mike's vocals is brilliant. And I think they should learn The Wobble by Jimmy McCracklin, because I think Buddy's drumming on that would just be brilliant, hitting that snare. So what are we going to give you now? Well, I'm going to try and I'm going to jump a few tracks, as I said, because time's getting on. You've got 20 minutes left nearly. So here's another one from Shaky. No, not the chart. It's Mike. Don't go running off. It's none of his chart stuff, mate. It's early Shaky. It's with the Sunsets. Great little track entitled Walking on the Water. Enjoy. Now.
I don't want to hang around. I don't be walking on the water. Say you see. That's how you know you girl. Something's got a hold on me. I'm gonna sing rock and roll all night long. Burn my blues while I'm feeling the sun. Hey little girl, keep a hold on me. I'm gonna find it all across the sea. Gonna walk in on the water. Never let my feet touch the ground. That's how you know me, girl. I don't want to hang around.
Cheers, Ian, mate. Till next week. All the best, mate. Take care.
Hey, little girl, keep a hold on me. I'm gonna find a little while to see. Walking on the water. Never let my feet touch the ground. That's how you know me, girl. I don't want to hang around. I'm going walking on the water. Yeah, walking on the water. Whoa, walking on the water.
I sure will be, but hey, I sure do love you, baby.
Well, I sure do love you, baby. And I want you to know, if you should ever leave me, Lord, where would I go? Don't you ever believe me? You're right by my side. One night while we were loving, everything was fine. Well, she put her arms around me, looked into my eyes. Well, I said, now you're my woman, you're my wife.
Great bit of slap on this. Mike, you want to do this, mate? Really, put it in the set. For next month, this track.
Well, I sure do love you, baby. And I want you to know, if you should ever leave me, Lord, where would I go? If you ever leave me, be right by my side. Well, I said, now we're ready to see the preacher man. Well, I hope your mother and father both can understand. Well, I sure do need you, baby, to hold your hand. Well, I sure do love you, baby, and I want you to know, if you should ever leave me, Lord, where would I go? Don't you ever leave me, right by my side.
I'd like to hear you kiss me, the way you hold me tight, the way you give me love. In the middle of the night, you monstrous girl. Oh, oh yeah, you monstrous girl. I like the way you thrill me, making me feel so fine. When we're close together, your heart beats right with mine, you monstrous girl. Oh, oh yeah, you monstrous girl. Well, if you hold me close and don't let go, I'm feeling fine. Give me love like you did last night, when you chill my spine. I really like the way you kiss me, the way you hold me tight, the way you give me love. In the middle of the night, you monstrous girl. Oh, oh yeah, you monstrous girl. Well, hold me close and don't let go, I'm feeling fine. Give me love like you did last night, when you chill my spine. I like the way you thrill me, making me feel so fine. When we're close together, your heart beats right with mine, you monstrous girl. Oh, oh yeah, you monstrous girl. Oh, oh yeah, you monstrous girl. Oh, oh yeah, you monstrous girl. You know not everybody told him mama girl can't dance, she's mine. Oh mine. You know not everybody told him mama girl can't dance, she's mine. Oh mine. Well, when she can't dance, she was your old man. And what you say about it, what you don't do, everybody told him mama girl can't dance, she's mine. Oh mine. You know not everybody told him mama girl can't quit, she's mine. Oh mine. You know not everybody told him mama girl can't quit, she's mine. Oh mine. Well, when you can't quit, she got your Lord to live. The boys went out there, but I gotta do it with. Everybody know the mama girl can't dance, she's mine. Oh mine. You know how everybody know the mama girl ain't cute, she's mine. Oh mine. You know how everybody know the mama girl ain't cute, she's mine. Oh mine. Well, when she ain't cute, you
No, it is, buddy. All right.
Notice about playing cassette, the programming cassettes.
There you go. Killer track. I bet you was all thinking that was Little Richard. But only one person on the live feed got that. Buddy DiGiorgio. Yes, mate. Bunker Hill. Awesome. Yeah, it was Bunker Hill. And The Girl Can't Dance. And Mike Beckett's, but you've got to play Bobby Trammell's version, mate, of Moses Girl. I'll bring that in next week, mate. I promise you, and I'll play it just for you, mate. But before Bunker Hill, it was Bobby Lee Trammell and doing the track I Sure Do Love You Baby. I think I bought that in ages ago by Glen. But that was Bobby Lee Trammell there, and before that it was Bobby Lee Trammell's You Mostest Girl by Shaking the Sunsets. As I said, it was his birthday on Sunday, so play a couple of his tracks, but not the chart stuff, all the stuff before the big hits and everything, when he's with the Sunsets, because a lot of people like that better than they do the chart stuff. I certainly do. There's nothing wrong with the chart stuff, mind, don't get me wrong. And then before that, Mostest Girl, it was Walking on the Water by Shaky and the Sunsets. So there you go. I'm in about another 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you one little frantic track by Shaky, and then I've got a nice little track to end the show with in a minute. But after following Bunker Hill, I thought, what can I play? Well, got to play this, and I taken from the Frantic EP. This is Shaky and the Sunsets and Frantic. Mind your ears.
I've loaded up slot 2. Is that what you normally play at the end of your show?
Yeah, I normally do those slot 2.
Yeah, okay. So all you need to do really is just hit stop next. Open the PC One fader, hit stop next, and it'll play it, and then it'll play Cassie's show.
Oh, okay, no problem. So those two all tuned in and ready to go. Right, no problem, Russell. And go.
Well, I'm just playing around next time.
Yeah, no worries. I can't, but it's on the right cam. Told you this was mental, didn't I? Well, there you go. We are coming up to about the last 5 minutes of the show, so I really want to. I'm going to skip the track I had lined up, so I'm going to play you the last track in a minute. But just want to run through those tracks just now. It was Frantic by Shakin' Stevens and the Sunsets, taken off the Frantic EP. Well, I say run through the tracks. It's the only one I played by him at the moment, then, wasn't it? So we've got 5 minutes to go. So anyway, but just looking at the live Facebook feed there, Mike Pills put Go Shaky. You see, a lot of people don't mind his early stuff. They like a lot of his early stuff, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with the chart stuff. This Old House and all that, it's fine. But if, like me, you tend to be more for the early stuff, then I'm sure that's going to please you all very well. As I said, it was Shaky and Frantic. So what are we going to do now? Oh, I don't know. I think I might be able to. Yeah, I think I'll get this one in, and then that'll be it. Then I think so. I'm gonna leave you a minute with this one. A great little track by Shaky Sunsets. I've got it on a picture disc by Shaky at home. It's just to me, it's one of those tracks. You know, you have a hot rod race, you crash, but this is one of those that really defines Shaky's vocals as a singer, overall singer. I know a lot of people don't like him, but when you sit down and you listen to stuff like this, you've got to say, hey, the guy's got a good voice, and he really has. So this is Shaky and My Baby Die. Enjoy.
My girl and I went for a ride one night. The sky was dark, but the moon was bright. Party gleam with the shining chrome. I didn't know I'd never take her home. We met Johnny, who was jealous of me. He challenged us to a race, you see. My girl said no, that she mustn't do. But my showdown with Johnny was right over June. Johnny was driving a hot rod car. I stopped like forward for my mom's car. My car went fast, but Johnny went like a jet. My flesh got clammy and covered in sweat. We pushed 90 and the turnpike bend. If we don't stop, it's gonna be the end. We rolled around the bend, I saw her mother and child. I swerved to the side, but my steering went wild. My car hit Johnny, all I saw was flame. Hit that end out, foolish game. I got in my car, I fell on the street. I saw headlights, the lemon made like sweet. Never find anybody was all battered and torn. And I was left with a ring she'd never worn. I picked her up and walked away. Though she has gone, a love is here to stay.
There you go. That was Shaky and the Sunsets and My Baby Died. Happy birthday to Shaky, 70 on Sunday just gone. And happy birthday to everybody else whose birthday it is this week. And also happy birthday to me for Saturday, because it's mine on Saturday. I did forget to mention that you can see Shaky's Gold Mine up at Wood Lane Social Club on Friday night. So go along to there. I'm hoping to go up just for a quick little pint night before my birthday and have a little bit of a drink. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's joined and listened to the show today. Glad to be back again. Sorry I wasn't here last week, but many thanks for joining in, and also many thanks to all those on the live Facebook feed again, all the source, the Strictly Come Rockin' posse, as I'd call them. They're all too many to mention. They're there every week, so it's good to see that. And I just want to say you've been listening to Strictly Come Rockin' with me, Rockin' Tony, live on Source FM 96.1 FM on the radio and live on the website at www.sourcefm.co.net UK. Until next week, stay safe. Have a great rest of the week. Have a great, safe weekend. Take care. And I'll be here again next week to do it all over again for you. So remember, until next week, keep it rocking always. Thank you.
Chiquita, yeah. Ooh,
96.1 FM.